Hello. Welcome back to Down the Rabbit Hole. My name is Breezy, and if you're new here, hit that like button, ring that bell for notifications. Also, please subscribe. Help a girl out. So, you're probably wondering, I just talked about all this urban legend stuff. Now, why am I talking about the Astor family? Well, the Astor family, they're technically one of the wealthiest families in history. And there's a famous one, and a lot of the descendants of him are criminals today. And and y'all gotta think John Jacob Astor. So, what do we know about the Astor family? Well, this family achieved many prominence in business, society, politics, and the US and the UK during the 19th and 20th centuries, with German roots and some of their ancestry going back to Italian and Swiss Alps. Now, I've talked about a Nancy Astor a while back, so on my Dollar Princesses, so you can actually go back and check that episode out if you would like. So, the Astor Princess, they were settled in Germany. They will first appear in the North America in the 18th century with John Jacob Astor, one of the wealthiest people in history. So, so let's talk about this family, okay? John Jacob Astor was born Johann Jacob Astor, and he was the youngest of four, and he was born to Johann Jacob Astor and Maria Magdalena von Berg. And the Astor family can trace their ancestry back to Gloven Astor and Greta Yosoda Astor, and Giovanni was born in Chavina, Italy, and died in Zurich, Switzerland. And their son, Hans Peter Astor, was born in Switzerland and died in Noblat. Now, John Jacob and his brother George were both born in Waldorf and left Germany and moved to London in 1778. There, they established a flute making company, and in 1783, John Jacob left for Baltimore, Maryland. Now, fun fact, does anybody know why Maryland's named Maryland? I will reveal that answer maybe in the middle of the video or episode or at the end of the episode. I really need to go turn this arrow back on now. Now, leaving his brother. So, as I was saying, John Jacob will leave for Maryland, leaving his brother in charge of the London business, and was the first to as a dealer to forge these woodwind instruments, and then in New York as a merchant of opium, flowers, and pianos, and real estate. After moving to New York, John met and married Sarah Cox Todd, and she worked alongside her husband as a consultant, and she was also accused of witchcraft after her success with the company in 1817. And the accusations never led to legal action. They had 8 children, including John Jacob Astor Jr., and real estate businessman William Backhouse Astor Sr. Now, his fur trading company was established Columbia River Trading Post in Fort Astoria in 1811, the first U.S. community in the Pacific Coast. He financed the overland of the Astor expedition in 1810 to 1812 to reach the outpost, which was and then disputed in Oregon Country. Now, control of Fort Astoria played a key role in the English and American territorial claims on the region. Now, John and George brothers Henry, born Heinrich, also immigrated to America, and he was a horse racing enthusiast, and he purchased a thoroughbred named Messenger, and he was even brought from England to America in 1788. And the horse became the founding sire of the standardbred horses in the U.S. today. So, what about the third brother, Melchior? Well, he remained in Germany. And during the 19th century, the Astors became one of the wealthiest families in the U.S. Toward the end of that century, some of the families moved from America to England to achieve their high prominence there. And during the 20th century, the number of Americans Astors began to decline, but their legacy lives on in many of works, including the New York Public Library. And English descendants of the Astors hold 2 hereditary peerages, Viscount Astor and Baron Astor of Hever, and one who also served in Parliament, might I add. Now, while many Astor families joined the Episcopal Church, I can never pronounce that word, John Jacob remained a member of the Reformed congregation until his death. So, what about the family members' namesakes? Well, for many years, the members of the Astor family were known as the landlords of New York. Their NYC namesakes are able for the famous Waldorf Astoria Hotel, and one of that's where the Blair Waldorf got his character name inspiration from. Now, in Astor Row, Astor Court, Astor Place, Astor Avenue in the Bronx, and were the Astor stable horses. In the neighborhood of Astoria, Queens was named to incite John Jacob Astor to invest there. Now, beyond NYC, the Astor family is imprinted in a great deal of the U.S. history and geography. For example, there's Astor Street in Chicago. It's named after John Jacob Astor. And there are also towns in the U.S. such as Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Kansas, and there is Asterias in Illinois, Missouri, and Oregon. Now, in Astoria, Oregon, the primary elementary school is the filming location of the 1990 film Kindergarten Cop, and it is called John Jacob Astor Elementary. And the city is also home to the Astoria column. Now, in Maidstone, Kent, UK, there was a secondary estate named after Astor in Haversham, and it was located within Oak Ridge Park. And it was located as a former residence of the Astor family, which many gifted the borough of Maidstone for its educational purposes. While the Astor of Hever School changed its name in 2010, it is still located in Oakwood Park Estate, alongside the grammar school, a Catholic secondary school, and the Maidstone campus of Mid-Kent College. And at one time, um, the Oakwood Park Estate contained an educational forum attached to the Astor of Haver School. Now, there is also a neighborhood called Astor Park, just south of downtown Green Bay. Go Packers! Yes, I am a Packers fan. What can I say? And at the heart of this neighborhood is a park called Astor Park, and the Astor family donated land to this for building a trade school. Now, there is one island, this is what I want my future honeymoon to be. It is a prominent island in Mackinac called Mackinac Island, and Newport, Rhode Island as well, and with their summer house Beechwood. Now at the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island, there are the Lord and Lady Astor Suites, the hotel salon called the Astors, and there is even a hotel in New York, in York, England, called the Astor. In addition, a dormitory set at St. George School in Newport, Rhode Island, bears the Astor's names. So, then there's the Danby's Hotel, in the center of the Pest Budapest, Hungary, was given by its original hotel owner, Mihaly Geller, who was the first general manager of the hotel and formerly worked for the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York. In Shanghai, there is a Astor Hotel in the Bon, and Mount Bon of Antarctica was also named. So, there are several. This family is still going today, and there's a lot of criminals in this family that is making headlines today. But that is the Astor family. Join me as we talk about still the Astor family, but we're going to talk about a very interesting thing that happened in the Gilded Age called the 400. I'll see y'all next time.